I like the calming introduction and how the music links with the calming nature of the water. It's very soothing and gives an almost still feeling. I like the contemporary dance piece that the main character does throughout the short. Again, to me, what it seems like and what it visualizes is that first of all, it fits the theme, of the short, and it's very calming. And it almost seems that the main character is going through a therapeutic experience in this process.
The thing that was a constant the entire time was the sound of the river, and I absolutely loved that. It kept a level of consistency throughout the entire thing that I thought was really, really great. And then the dancing itself was different from one another. You had different positions, you had slightly different places, but throughout the entire thing, there was this level of like fluidity and grace that personally I associate with water anyway. And there are certain styles of dancing and certain types of dancing and certain types of dancers that have the ability to move with that kind of power and grace and fluidity. And she was one of them. I thought the choreography was really, really amazing. I absolutely loved this. You could feel her kind of connection to her surroundings. You could feel this power that was emanating from her.
The dancing is fluid. The actress does what most cannot by using the slippery surface as her medium, which adds this sort of thrill that makes me constantly worried she would slip. But she dances with grace and fluidity. It's quite an enchanting and beautiful scene to see that's paired with the calming music. Something there breaks in the music where we're just hearing the water fall down, which happens to play throughout the entire duration of the film, but it never bothered me. I think the fog and mist work really well to give that nature feel like most falls and rivers and lakes possess. There are parts like the rocks that are highly saturated in the foreground, and then the background is a bit lower in intensity, so the woman can stand out, which also works really well.
It really created a Zen-like atmosphere with the ongoing flow of the river. I love how the water sounds blended in so well with the gentle instrumentals with their synth-like feel. The soft lighting and hazy air created a magical forest atmosphere. I really appreciated the talent and bravery of the dancer in the water. Very expressive choreography and firm-footed moves on the rocks, considering the water flow.
I loved the way the cinematographer captured the color of the stone with the colors of the forest and the water. And the filmmakers were really smart. I think they were clever. In the beginning, the water starts very gradually and then it builds. It builds in momentum, it builds in power. And I thought that that was really cool. And then they add the element of the dancer to it. And she was amazing. She did some beautiful work, and watching her dance within the water, I don't want to sound too weird, but it just kind of made you think that she was one with the water and with nature. And I know, it sounds very kind of odd, but that's the impression that it gave. And it was just really, really beautiful.
Beautiful choice of location and, beautifully photographed. The photography was excellent. Wonderfully edited, directed beautifully. The performer, she just was astounding. She did such a great job. It was just beautiful dancing. I just love to see dance, taken out of the theater, off the stage, and into the wild like this. And wow, great job. And the music was beautifully composed, beautifully produced, beautifully performed, and just loved the score. And she just followed emotionally with her movement. She followed the music so well, relative to the environment, relative to the sound, relative to the mood of the music and the intensity of the music. We saw the changes of intensity in her dance, and it was a wonderful, wonderful performance. At so many times I was just like, "Don't slip, don't slip." So I hope she didn't slip and injure herself at all. But anyway, and I love how the river just took her at the end. But it was a nice taking. It was like she's floating off to heaven or something.
Was really soothing with the close-ups of the river and the beautiful cinematography. And the dancer, the way she moved with the river, even standing inside of it and continuing to reach down into it, and with her movements to flow almost in the direction it's flowing. This was really, really soothing. It's almost like those soundscapes that you listen to fall asleep or meditate, except you're watching someone move, obviously. It was beautiful. It was a gorgeous piece of movement that the girl was doing, where she was literally becoming one with the river. It was gorgeous for that reason alone, is to move with it, with good solid smoothness as the river flowed. And it's kind of like just how she was, and they really did seem like one.